So, hey guys, today we're going to be looking for ways to play Altergeist. Well, just more than usual, I guess. So, the thing about Altergeist is, well, all of the Altergeist extra deck monsters require you to use Altergeist monsters. But there is one benefit. There is a card that exists that kind of helps with using like a different archetype, but this card, honestly, complete garbage. Altergeist Fiji Alert. I don't really see how you could possibly use this in a combo, so the effect is as follows. When an Altergeist link monster is link summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one other link monster in the field, special summon this card from your hand to your zone that target points to. Also, for the rest of this turn, that monster is also treated as an Altergeist monster. You can only use this effect of Altergeist Fiji Alert once per turn. So, first off, whatever link monster you're summoning, uh, here, like, to your field, it needs to be a link to, and both those arrows have to point to your main monster zones. As you can see here with this line, it has to summon to the zone that target points to, and by that target, it means the link monster that is not the Altergeist monster. And this occurs when an Altergeist link monster is link summoned to your field. So that's pretty important as well. And this needs to be able to special summon to that zone, so that means you need one link zone for the Altergeist monster you're link summoning, and then one for Fiji Alert. And then technically, at this point, you always have Adminia, which is nice, but also, no. Well, what is this garbage? This utter trash? Uh, that's how I feel about this card, really, so, yeah. And then this will make the link monster that's not your Altergeist monster treated as an Altergeist monster, so you can link summon an Altergeist monster with it. So the other thing here that we really need to focus on is when an Altergeist link monster is link summoned to your field. That is the absolute worst part of this card, honestly. If it was just everything else, fine, but this one line is killer. So because we need an Altergeist link monster, this becomes excruciatingly painful. So let's just say we start with Meluseek, okay? And then we grab Fiji Alert after we link off Meluseek. So, first issue, of course. How in the world did you get Fiji Alert in hand? So you have to search it with probably Meluseek, or you have to search it with Hextia. So Hextia then would have already been link summoned. So Fiji Alert can't really activate. Yeah. Extra misery on the side, I suppose. So, yeah. And if we just link off Meluseek here, all willy-nilly, not only is Link Rebo only a Link 1, we can't put Meluseek back on the field unless we were to summon Altergeist Melwisp. Okay, so let's say we open Fiji Alert plus Meluseek, so we already start with Fiji Alert in hand, so we don't have to worry about all of the other things I just listed, but alright. So we link off Meluseek, or Link Karibo, Almirage, doesn't matter, it's all the same, they're Link 1s. And now, before we continue, after we summon like Melwisp to summon back Meluseek, here we need to special summon another monster, and then we would be able to then link off the Link Karibo with whatever monster we summon, and we would need to make a link to, like, for example, Dahark would be fine. Then afterwards, we would link summon into Hextia, and then we would be alright, I guess. So maybe even in this case, a token would be fine if we could just magically special summon a token to our field or something. But no matter what, this will require another card. So this becomes at minimum more or less like a 3-card combo. And of course, we do need to link summon an Altergeist monster. So if you keep that in mind, that means we need to make a link 2 to trigger the special summon of Fiji Alert. And I'll tell you right now, the only way you can make a link 2 in Altergeist is well, you either open Marionetta or Meluseek. And then after that, well, Meluseek is actually arguably worse than Marionetta is worse than Meluseek because we would need to set Haunted Rock, and then effective Haunted Rock, discard some Altergeist monster. Then we would be able to maybe play from there, depending on exactly which Altergeist it is that is in our hand. So let's say it's Silquatus or Multi-Faker, this won't really work because, well, not for the purposes of what Fiji Alert is supposed to do. So the other Link monster is not going to exist here, I guess. And that is because uh, Multi-Faker locks. So if we just opened Marionetta plus Multi-Faker, this is just a dead card in hand. So that feels awful to play. Well, that should feel awful to play. So yeah. Multi-Faker plus Marionetta is already like more than full combo, so there's no point of using Fiji Alert, nor do I think you really can, because Prime Banshee, right? Prime Banshee is the only Altergeist monster you have that has 2 arrows that points to your own zones. And Hextia, as you can see, points with only 1 arrow, so you wouldn't be able to summon Fiji Alert. Same with like Hidolga and Adminia. So no point in time where you should be able to activate Fiji Alert. So unless we find like a really cracked line, because Fiji Alert would have to be like a 3 combo with Meluseek, and more or less specifically Meluseek. Yeah, it's not playable. And if we have Marionetta does not put 2 Altergeist monsters on the field unless you have another Altergeist monster. So this is like 4-card territory. So yeah, just in general, pretty miserable. And just for example, if we do open Marionetta plus Meluseek, we already had full combo anyway, so what was the point of Fiji Alert? Yeah. But if we just have Meluseek, I did find one combo that specifically works pretty well. So it's not like super well defined here, but the idea is pretty simple. If we have our copy of Meluseek, we can link this off for Linkuriboh. And if we do so, we can then trigger Meluseek's effect to search, and then Meluseek can then search us Malwisp, and Malwisp will special summon back the Meluseek, allowing us to link 2 into Hextia. And with only a single Meluseek, we can almost combo and get into Adminia, but we do require like some conditions to be met. So Linkuriboh we could then link off with our copy of Hextia into Promethean Princess, and then we'll want to bring back Hextia, and the card we search off of Hextia is specifically going to be Kukri. So we're going to grab Kukri and just add that to our hand. So we only need to run 1 copy of Kukri in the main deck for this. So Kukri will be able to then allow us to special summon using Hextia and Kukri into something else. So the most logical card to just make at this point is probably Prim Banshee. Although the issue here, of course, is that we are going to be locked into fires by Promethean Princess, and summoning Hextia isn't going to accomplish much, honestly. It's just going to essentially relink Hextia if we were to just make Hextia immediately. So that is obviously not what we want. And this means we have the conditions that need to be met from this point. So here we're going to want to link off Promethean Princess, but we cannot use our Hextia. We want to keep Hextia on the field. And yeah, so that means we have to link off something else with the Promethean Princess. So far this combo is just 1 card. So we'll at minimum want to special summon some kind of monster. Alright, so fine. perfectly fine there. And then we'll have Hextia on our field alongside Ambluale, or I guess after we summon using Pukri, we'll have Prime Banshee on our field, and then we'll have Ambluale, and then Promethean Princess will also just be in the graveyard, and that might matter next turn. And we'll also have Ambluale. Well, actually, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So since we have Ambluale and we have a Hextia in the graveyard now, what we can do is, if we can find any way to pop Ambluale, it doesn't really matter how, but we will want to be destroying Ambluale. This will allow us to then special summon our copy of Hextia in the graveyard. And then we have 1, 3, Adminia, and that allows us to then get Adminia onto the field. And if we don't have Protocol, we'll probably just search Manifestation, and then next turn, whenever our opponent summons an effect monster, we can quick effect, chain 1, Manifestation, and then chain 2, Adminia, sending Manifestation to bring back Hextia, and then we'll special summon back Hextia, and we'll steal our opponent's monster, and we'll put it in our Hextia zone, and then that's essentially Snatch, Steal plus Spell Trap negate, I guess, right? And of course, we never have to give back their effect monster, and this does not negate, but still pretty strong. And depending on exactly what we have, we can do a little bit more Altergeist stuff or things, but yeah. If we pop Ambluale, we'll be able to then special summon our Hextia, make Adminia, and we'll have Promethean Princess in the graveyard as well. So let's assume, like, we do the more or less bare minimum here. So we'll pop Ambluale, summon back Hextia, link off Prime Banshee and Hextia. Then we can add Meluseek back for the next turn. And we'll have Pukri plus Meluseek in our hand at minimum. And then we'll make Adminia. Adminia effect is pretty epic, I guess. Then we have Hextia, which we can, like, pop with Promethean Princess later. And then if we do pop the Hextia, this triggers Ambluale in the graveyard. So this is destroy a card non-targeting, and then this will destroy our opponent's special summon card. Or if they special summon, actually, we can target any monster they control. Yeah, so destroy a monster, destroy a card, and then this will allow us to search another Altergeist card from our deck to the hand. So in this case, we can search probably Marionetter is fine. If we add Marionetter, then we can normal summon Marionetter to then grab Adminia and special summon back Adminia or something. Because of how the Geist work, I guess we could do that. And that is fine. Yeah, that's the general idea of this line, I guess, right? And notably, assuming we can't make this play for whatever reason, I wouldn't know why, but all of these guys don't lock you into anything. It is only multi-faker, so we can just use these guys for something else entirely. Just for example, if we have Melwisp plus Meluseek, this makes this allows us to make Herald of the Arclight just straight up, because this is a tuner and this is a non-tuner, you know? And that adds up to level 4, so we can technically also just use this to make any Synchro 4. Just a bit random, but we can use this to make Cupid Pitch, for example. Fabled Unicorn is not makeable because we need a Fabled tuner. But yeah, but we can just make a guy, essentially. So very epic, I guess. And right now, I'm not 100% certain how many different like decks can meet the condition. Like the very important condition is mostly just popping Amblewell. But for this idea, I have found that Unchained actually works fine. Notably, Unchained does not require your normal summon, so if we have just Barbara plus any Unchained spell trap, we can still somewhat do an Unchained line, and then we can also summon Adminia and pop Amblewale like as part of our combo. And this has a lot of interactions, and not only that, but they're kind of like in different locations, which is kind of interesting. How we have like some interactions in the back row on our field, and yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. We have like Promethean Princess as well, and it's just a 3-card combo, so it's still playable. But is there something that maybe we could get it down to 2 cards with? I'm not 100% sure, but if we do want to pop a card, there's probably a smart way. So first off, I want to check Therion. If we do certain Punk Therion lines, it might be possible, but I believe this only allows you to destroy your opponent's card. Yeah, so no luck on Bolt Line here. Alright then. So another idea, we could simply have some sort of combo making a Baron. If we are able to make Baron to pop Amblewale, then that would also work. And we can use this to bring back Hextia, and we can Altergeist all over our opponent. Very epic. It is very important, though, that we open Meluseek. I don't think a lot of this is doable without Meluseek, but honestly, if we open the best uh, kind of 3-card combos, it would be like some monster to discard and then 1 for 1. Then we wouldn't have to even normal summon Meluseek. Aside from that, if we had a way to like special summon Meluseek, that would also help out a lot. But Meluseek, of course, is not very accessible as far as I can tell, unless I'm missing something. But yeah, this is a water spellcaster that is level 1. So how would we be able to put this on the field? That is a little bit rough. So for the time being, I'm mostly going to be looking for some kind of line, like, or some kind of combo that I can do that allows me to pop Ambloel, and also it needs to be able to special summon a few times. That's primarily what we're looking for, and it has to do it via special summoning only in order for us to access Meluseek. So something that is most of the way there would be probably Snake Eye, I guess. Snake Eye can make Baron, so we can pop Ambloel with Snake Eye, and if we open, of course, specifically Wanted or Diabell Star, then we would be able to use no normal summon, right? And then if we used no normal summon, we could normal summon, of course, our copy of Meluseek. There is also the other idea of if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. So if we, instead of grabbing IP, we were to put Meluseek into the spell and trap zone, then send it off of original Sinful Spoils, this would work, and we would be able to trigger the effect of Meluseek to add Malwisp, special summon Meluseek, and that would allow us to essentially do this combo to get into Adminia once again. Still probably do need a way to pop the Ambluel though, which is a bit weird, but you know, if it works, it works. And small issues that we also need to take care of are sending a Meluseek that is on the field and then having Meluseek in the graveyard to begin with. So that is a bit rough as well. So not 100% sure if this easily doable, but don't worry, I have more ideas. So if we want to spam out bodies, then why not consider this approach? What if we used Electromite? Electromite's effect allows us to destroy cards, so we could destroy our copy of Whale, which is pretty feasible. So maybe we have an idea of like activate Electromite, and then later on we'll do special summon Promethean Princess, special summon back Electromite, we'll make Whale, and then we can pop the copy of Whale with our Electromite to add Astrograph or something, and then from here we can summon back Extia that we summoned at some point. And we can probably play Selene, I think. Not 100% sure where we get all of the spells we need for Selene. Like, if we have 2 pendulum scales, I believe that counts as 2, but we would still need 1 more somewhere. So I won't worry about that too much, but I just need to check on something pretty important. And this is the make or break here. So, Pendulum Magician. And let's see. Okay, Time Star Magician. What do you say? Must first be XYZ summoned with the above materials. That's fine. 2 level 4 Magician Pendulum monsters. Once per turn, you detach 1 material from this card. Add to your hand 1 Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck, graveyard, or face extra deck. So we can just use that to keep on extending, I suppose. Okay, so once per turn, if a Pendulum monster card or cards in your monster zone or Pendulum zone would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 1 Spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. Completely generic. Is that not interesting? Meluseek is indeed a spellcaster. Now all we need to do is special summon back Meluseek by any means. Or we can just put it in the spell trap zone. Like with Snake Eye, I guess, technically. I mean, not super likely here, but we do have spellcasters because, you know, Pendulum Magician. So the next idea here would be to then just make Selene to bring back Meluseek. And if we do this, I guess we can always use the Selene to make potentially Whale. And then we have like Electromite, which we might activate a few times. So let's calc this real quick. Electromite activate, and then bring back. Can we activate this? Maybe. Because we still can also technically grab a Starving Venom, right? Or what was it called? Yeah, Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. We can special summon this fella, and then we would be able to copy Electromite's effect, and then we could do the effect to pop. We could also potentially make a Baron to just do the pop on Whale. Bring back Hextia, and then we have Adminia as well. So this might require more cards to do or not. I'm not 100% sure like what kind of state Pendulum Magician is in, because I haven't played it in a little while, but if we consider the merits of this, we don't actually have to play this many copies of Meluseek, technically. And we can Pendulum summon Malwisp if it's in our hand, or our copy of Marionetter, although we won't be able to set Altergeist trap directly from our deck if we special summon Marionetter. If we were to pen summon Marionetter, we would be able to use Marionetter's effect to special summon Meluseek. So, a lot of perks to this, I suppose, right? So, pen summon Marionetter, we can special summon Meluseek. We also have access to Selene to potentially special summon Meluseek. And this is probably the best combo variant of Altergeist I can imagine right now. Unless I'm missing something like, I don't know, potentially I could be. But you also get your pen stuff. You'll have access to probably Apollousa if your hand is good enough. It depends, and Might require some testing, but the idea is here. And yeah, not 100% certain uh, how many cards Pendulum Magician combos are, but just to uh, make this look more disgusting, we have our good friend here, Ignis Phoenix, the Draco Slayer, and we also have Majesty Pegasus, the Draco Slayer. If we use Majesty Pegasus, we can grab any field spell from our deck to our hand, including Secret Village. So if we were to do so, that's 3, you know? 2 pen scales, 1 card in your field spell zone, or whatever it's called. And then these guys are all spellcasters. Pendulum Magicians are also spellcasters, so yeah, it can get pretty disgusting. So imagine, I don't know, like Baron, Adminia, Hextia, Spelltrap, Negate, and probably a good chance of just having, let's see if I can find it, Time Pendulum Graph. So that's going to be like, destroy a card plus send a card. So all those things combined, pretty strong, and you'll have back row that does things, and then like monsters that do things essentially. So yeah, I think this has the most potential, so I'll probably look into this another time. But any other ideas? If we need to do some popping, I don't think there is anything that does it right now. So I don't know exactly what the new Fire King cards do, but I do know Fire King support is eventually going to come to Master Duel. And whenever they do, I do know that Fire Kings have the word destroy on them a lot, so there might be potential to play Altergeist a little bit, or maybe not at all. I'm not 100% certain, but it might be playable depending on how good the cards are, I suppose. And you might be able to play Altergeist Fire King, so yeah. Until I find like any other decks or archetypes that can meet these conditions, I'm not really sure where we can go with this. But just for example, there is Vanquish Soul, so there is the idea of if we have Rosin can use its effect here of destroy all other monsters in this card's column to destroy your copy of Awhile. So yeah, that just works, I guess. And we can use the effect to pop Awhile on, like, I guess Caesar Valleys or Rosin technically. More likely to be able to resolve Rosin, and if we're going for this line, yeah, we might be able to just use Ignites to make this kind of work. So we'll probably have a fire or two. We use Ignites, and then we can add a dark, and then we can try to figure out how to summon Meluseek, I guess. Not 100% certain how you get Meluseek onto the field, but should be doable enough, I guess. And I mean, if we used Ignites in general, still got access to Electromite. Let's just, I'm not 100% sure how that would work either. But yeah, Pend has potential here, and Vanquish Soul kinda has potential if we were to stake your soul, reveal Xiaolong, summon Rosin, adding Borger, and then we will get Pukri later, so we'll be able to draw using Pukri. That has some potential, and these guys have different attributes as well, so maybe that's one reason you'd be able to play them with Vanquish Soul, but not super clear to me, and you kind of have to hard open a 3 of Stake Your Soul. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and yeah, if you guys have any other ideas or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!